Greetings, goddesses and gods. So it's been a strange and unusual spring, end of winter season, and there's a lot been going on. This is the actually first time since the last video I've been able to take a breath. You know what I mean? And I realized, I got to get back on here and document my my warped or fragmented mind, rather, if you will. Fragmented in a happy sense. And I realize a lot of things, like, as you just keep going down this shamanic journey of life, traveling through different worlds and different planets even, and I realized that it was all on how I felt, on the feeling, to be in tune with my feelings, to be in tune with the feelings of this, the human feelings. And feelings, what are actually feelings? I don't even know what feelings are. As a kid, I didn't have feelings because I was taught to, be intimidating. But anyway, so I realized that I am both male and female. So the female aspect of me is what I got to get in tune with. And I like to call this maybe twin flame. The male and female in us uniting instead of bickering and arguing and all this bullshit. But none of that even matters anyway. If you're on a shamanic journey, none of that's real. None of that's real. It's just fake, made up stuff. It's just physical. We don't deal with the physical world. We deal with the non-physical world. So I learned you just gotta learn to live in the non-physical world, But as within, so without. So if you're in the non-physical world, so it's out here, It's just projecting it out there, It's putting it out there, feelings. See? And everything around me, I had to feel like, well, why does everything around me feel down, right? Because I'm feeling down. When you change your tune, you change your perception. You start to say, you start to see it out there. You start to see other things going on out there. So I learned, you gotta learn to, when you wake up, even when you go to sleep, I started to tell myself, I sleep in peace and awake in joy, right? Because that's the most critical time to feed the subconscious mind, right? The one that matters, the subconscious mind, the 95% of all things, of all life, of all our reality, right? And so, what are you putting in there? I want to put this in there. I want to put peace and joy in there so I can experience this 90% of the time, or you know what I mean? And stop saying, shit like, stop putting in there like, oh my God, this, and oh my God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to pay for this? And how am I this? And oh my God, this and that. And I wake up in the same shit. It's the same shit. Put in there, I rest in peace, I wake in joy. You wake up in peace, you were in joy. You were in fucking joy. Your joy, you say, I rested in peace. And when I woke up, I rested in peace and I woke in joy. Isn't it a joy? Isn't it wonderful? So you just gotta learn to ask the divine to enter your mind as soon as you wake up. Say, my thoughts are divine thoughts. The divine mind is my mind. The Gaian mind is my mind. The goddess mind, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. It's on you. It's all you're doing. You're the artist. I'm just a messenger. That's all I really am, is just a messenger. I realize that's all I really am, is a messenger. That's all we really all are messengers. We're all messengers. Somebody's got an answer to something somewhere you thought about a long time ago, and it plays a little reel of shit why you're experiencing this, or even you ask yourself, why the fuck did this happen? And then boom, you see this little reel going on from little past events in your life. You go, wow, that's crazy. That's fucking deep, But if you're not even feeling divine, then you're feeling what down of the earth or what's happening in the world. You know what I mean? That's what you're down about. But you shouldn't be down. We're not here to be down about anything. We're here to be move forward, enlighten in a sense, be lighter than what we are. Not carrying all this shit around with us. And when you're doing this kind of journeying, this shamanic journey, you're by yourself. People come and go, unless you're in with a loved one or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, family comes and goes. Family it's not even like family, it's just a word. It's just a word, family, what is it? Nobody, it's totally messed up, and a lot of dealing with now is a lot of reprogramming that shit. So it's a lot of reprogramming the mind. That's what a lot of this is about. Reprogramming your mind. People ask me, oh, can you do this and that? Yeah, I can do this and that, but are you going to do the fucking work? What do you mean? You got to do the work. You got to do the responsibility. I can show you, but I can't tell you or how to, I can't fucking force you to do something. So, like someone asked me, oh, you can do a healing. Yeah, but I can tell you, I can suggest, because what it's called in the power of the subconscious mind, there's the law of suggestion, which has been going on since, the very beginning of civilization. So the power of suggestion, you see, when you suggest something to someone, let's say you're doing something, someone says something to you, and it's like a suggestion, and it bothers you, it disrupts you. That was a seed planted in your mind, and it's going to fester. It's going to burrow a little track in your subconscious mind, and it's going to take on the light, and it needs to grow roots and take place, or whatever the hell that person said. Power of suggestion. So I can suggest something to you, and you can fester with it, or you can just do the work yourself. Because really it's your subconscious mind that's taking care of the job. And you got to put shit in there. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't, I don't want your money. I'm already taken care of. It doesn't matter. So, and a lot of it's reprogramming your mind to wealth, reprogramming your mind to money, reprogramming your mind to energy, reprogramming your mind to what's going on around you, reprogramming your mind to what happened to you in the past, reprogramming your mind to make a better life. 90% of our lives is subconscious, and a lot of what we see here, we don't like it. We don't even know we put it there. This is like all this, all I'm doing is getting in tune with the divine, doing that. It's like a tool. That's all it is a tool. That's all I am, is a tool, a messenger. These are ways to help, bring the bridge, cross that bridge to that energy. When really it's all in here. It doesn't matter what I'm doing or what's being said. What it matters is what's going on in here. And see, and then people didn't like that because they had to take responsibility for what's going on in here. A lot of it's fucked up. Because all I heard was that they got problems with this person and that person, and well, they did. They were the problem to begin with. That was the truth. So that's like telling the truth. So that's what there's an old quote. If you want to help somebody, tell them the truth. If you want to help yourself, tell them what they want to hear. So like me telling this person the truth that you are the problem. You are the problem. I didn't care about your money. It was, trying to offer you. And then with the moment I told him, I said, you're the one doing the work. All I'm doing is putting the things in to help you put in your subconscious mind. You have to keep doing the rest. They didn't like that. And then, I said, look, man, you're the one doing it. And I don't know. I don't know. You gotta reprogram the you do. So, and then to get in tune with the divine, you see, that's how I'm you. I don't even know. I could just talk funny and do all these things, but what's really going on in here, in the mental vision, the mental imagery that we carry around with us all day long, that we're constantly feeding, we're constantly putting light to, we're constantly growing and growing and growing and festering and burrowing and puddling and rooting, taking root. What are you giving your energy to? Because this thing you're growing is alive. It's fucking alive. Because we animated it. This is spirit. This is the definition of spirit. This animation thing you got going on here, you're the one that did it. That's the definition of spirit. An animating life, vital principle in humans and animals. To animate means to give life to. What are you giving life to in your mental imagery? I don't know what's in your mind. I know what's in here, and that's all that really matters. Because what's going on out there don't really matter. Doesn't determine my condition. Doesn't help me. Gotta help myself. Most people don't like to help themselves for some odd reason. I don't know. It's tripped out. Oh, man. But on the side note, you got to do the work. Reprogram your mind. And so all these past videos that I've done and all that, they're really not what they are now to me, because I'm, evolved past all that stuff. I listen to some of these videos and I'm like, what the hell? Because it's really all about the mind. And I've been saying this for years, since I was little. It's all in the mind. Everything is mind. And all we have are words, symbols to deal with. And you can make these symbols whatever you want. But I'm gonna get back up on here, so I figured I'd throw that out there. Just I'm just sort of like talking. This is like a diary now. I don't even care if anybody watches this shit. Because you know what? If you're listening to this far in the fucking video, we got 15 minutes, then you're on my wavelength, you're on my frequency, you're in my tribe, or if you want to call it a tribe, or we can call it a what's that? What is that word? Gackle. You're in my gackle of birds. Ravens, right? You're my ravens. Comet Raven, and I know who you are. You know who I am. So I'm taking a new adventure, by the way. Let's just make this a vlog. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? That's another video I can talk about. See if I can get some ideas. I haven't even decided. Well, we can talk about that later. Well, that's a whole other video, a whole other 15 minutes. But now we're just still on this divine stuff, and then it's just you know, and the whole shamanic thing. You know, it's just a way to do stuff. You know what I mean? It's just something to put in your mind to give yourself an idea that, yeah, I am shamanic in a sense. I am shamanic. I'm all over the place, you know, because I know my mind. We're everywhere. We can be in many, many different places at one time. You know, it's just getting past that physical reality and all what Hollywood and, you know, sci-fi tells you about things, and it's just in your fucking mind. You know, it's all mind. All right, let's get out of here. So I figured I'd throw it out there. I don't even know what the hell I talked about. Who knows? But it's somebody. It's worth something to somebody. I know that. So anyway, I just put light language on everything. All right, let's get out of here, man. I love you guys. Thank you for commenting, getting back at me. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. We'll see what I can come up with. See how much a fucking seagull, man. Crazy. Wow. I can't even. Just want to flip around. Won't flip around. All right. I thought I could flip this around. Nope. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't know what the fuck that is. Alright guys, be unique, be magical, and blah blah bullshit. I'll see you guys soon. I love you guys. Thank you.